Someone is planning to rob your house. But this is no ordinary thief, and this is no ordinary warning. The Archangel Michael delivers this message under divine authority. The darkness around your home tonight is not mere shadow, it is a watching spirit. It is a gaze cloaked in silence, a presence that observes every move, waiting. Chosen one, hear this clearly. There is someone in your life familiar, trusted, who has already betrayed you in their heart. This person has studied your steps, memorized your routines, and discovered the fragile places in your guard. They've eaten your food, smiled in your direction. Once, they even asked about that drawer you keep locked, the one no one ever touches. That was no innocent curiosity, that was reconnaissance. In a room not far from where you rest, your name was spoken. It wasn't lifted in prayer, it was whispered like a secret, tossed around like a joke between traitors. A challenge was issued that night. And ever since, the air around you has changed. You've felt it, haven't you? The shift in energy, the sudden unease. That's not imagination, that's discernment. But let it be known, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. The enemy may plot, but the Most High sees all. He reveals what is hidden. He exposes what is cloaked in darkness. This message is not to stir fear, but to awaken your authority. You were not chosen to be a victim. You were appointed to be vigilant, to rise up in spiritual strength, to declare protection over your house, your peace, your name. Now, as you step forward into this divine role, I invite you to declare your readiness. Type Amen in the comments below as a sign of your acceptance, as a bold statement that you are ready to step into your God-given purpose. And make sure you stay with me until the very end, because we'll be closing with a powerful prayer of protection you do not want to miss. The enemy has a plan, but so does God, and his plan is greater. You remember that unease, don't you? That silent tension in the air when the sun dipped and night crept in. You weren't imagining it. That second glance at the door lock, the decision to leave a hallway light on, the instinct to check behind you, though nothing seemed wrong, that was your spirit picking up on something your mind couldn't yet name. The Most High has always given his chosen ones a quiet warning before danger approaches, and now the veil is lifting. Your home, once a place of peace and comfort, has caught the interest of someone who does not belong. The Archangel Michael speaks again, not in thunder, but in that persistent flicker of your lights when no storm touched your street, in your dog's growl toward the empty hallway, in the way your own name was spoken by people who had no reason to mention you. This is no coincidence. This is the spiritual realm pressing in, making itself known. The one behind this betrayal is no stranger, and they are not alone. A second figure has entered the scene, hidden beneath the mask of friendliness, moving in shadows, cloaked in convenience. Together, they have conspired, believing they can take something precious from you, your sense of safety, your trust, your quiet joy. But what they do not know is who stands on your side. What they hoped would be a silent move, slipping in after 11 p.m. through the side entrance they once helped repair, has now been intercepted. Heaven has already responded. Even as these words reach you, the plan has unraveled. Forces unseen by the natural eye are now in motion. The fire of the Lord surrounds your space. Those restless ancestors who've knocked things off shelves or stirred your dreams, they weren't bringing fear. They were sounding the alarm. They've been watching, praying, intervening. You may remember a conversation that left you unsettled. Go back to that moment. Their voice cracked. They looked away. Something didn't sit right in your spirit. That was not paranoia, it was divine perception. Archangel Michael has dispatched signs, dreams that carried symbols, unexpected phone calls, shadows that moved just a little too deliberately. Each one was a message: wake up, watch, prepare. And then there's her. She smiles sweetly. She speaks with warmth. But her spirit carries a weight: envy, resentment, calculation. She once complimented the way the morning sun hits your front windows, but she was mapping how easily she could step inside. She praised the soft glow of your patio lights, but only to measure what they would and wouldn't reveal after dark. She fed him lies, told him you had more than you deserved, stirred the bitterness in his heart like coals waiting for flame. Together, they rehearsed this like a script, every step timed, every corner known. And yet, tonight, as their plot sharpened, someone prayed for you. Not a whispered prayer, not a routine blessing. It was a cry from the depths, a sacred plea for protection, mercy, and divine fire. And heaven answered. Archangel Michael's sword was drawn. Your name, yes, your name has been sealed in divine light. No harm shall befall what God Himself has covered. Even now, the energy shifts. Someone involved will try to distance themselves, suddenly cancel plans, act distracted, avoid eye contact. That is not random. That is fear creeping into the hearts of the guilty. And tomorrow, something strange will come. A message without a name, a knock at the wrong hour, a glance too long to be casual. They'll say it's nothing, but it will be everything. Your spirit will know. That pressure in your chest, that hum in your ears, that is heaven's final warning. Do not open your door to deception. There is also a bag, black, hidden, buried in plain sight. Under a car seat, behind a couch, in a trunk they thought you'd never check. Inside, gloves, duct tape, and something small but yours. Something taken weeks ago to see if you'd notice. They underestimated your awareness. They underestimated who defends you. Let it be declared, no thief shall prosper where God has placed a shield. No scheme shall succeed where divine light has been ignited. This message is not meant to stir fear, it is meant to confirm what your soul already knows. You are protected. Stay in that knowing. Let it settle into your bones. And walk forward, not in worry, but in holy confidence. The battle is no longer yours, it is the Lord's. They believed they could silence you before the truth took root. They thought distraction would cloud your clarity, that you would dismiss the signs as dreams, coincidence, or stress. But the Most High does not allow deception to flourish forever, not when the truth was meant to rise through you. They underestimated the memory of your spirit. Your soul remembered what your mind tried to forget. The whisper carried through your dream like wind through cracked stone. The knock at your door at exactly 3 a.m. With no one standing on the other side. The silhouette that hovered near your hallway but never stepped into the light. These were not fragments of fear. These were spiritual alerts, warnings spoken through the language of the unseen. Your kitchen light flickered last night, and you told yourself it was nothing, but that flicker was timed. It coincided with the moment you passed the window, the moment someone or something stood just outside your line of sight. What was there did not walk with flesh. It did not leave footprints in the soil, but it watched. And its presence could only be felt by those who walk with spiritual vision, those whose senses are no longer dulled by the noise of the world. And you, chosen one, you are no longer blind, you are being awakened. The enemy has taken photos of your life, moments, objects, corners of your home that should never have been seen, captured when you weren't looking. And even though those images were deleted, they were not erased. They linger in hidden folders on devices that still hold your energy. And now, truth is preparing to rise through the very tools they tried to use against you. For it is written, "There is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known." Luke 12:2. That which was meant to remain in the dark is already being pulled into the light. They visited you under the pretense of kindness. She came with a smile, casual words, and eyes that moved far too quickly. She scanned your shelves, marked your exits, asked questions she had no reason to ask yet. You dismissed it as curiosity. You thought it was a friendly visit, but now your discernment has sharpened. That day, she left with more than memories. She took something small, perhaps a trinket, perhaps a letter, something that had touched your energy. She wrapped it tightly, believing it would give her access to what she could never carry in her own spirit. But what she stole came from sacred ground. And what she thought would bind you now burns her, because the sacred cannot be possessed by unclean hands. The man who moves with her is not a stranger. He is someone you once called brother, friend, confidant. You offered him your time. You fed him from your own table. You may have even shared wounds with him, believing he would help you carry them. But betrayal often wears the face of affection, and now his silence is louder than words. He hasn't called. He hasn't shown his face. And that silence is not emptiness, it is guilt. He walks with a heaviness. His name, it begins with J or T. And though he hesitates, he still walks forward in the direction of harm. He waits each day for the universe to stop him, but now it is not the universe that moves, it is the hand of God. As his steps inch closer to your name, the atmosphere around you shifts. Heaven has extended its hedge. The blessing over your life has multiplied. It no longer covers only your house, it stretches over your car, your workspace, your bag, your keys, the routes you take, and the paths you avoid. Psalm 91 has been written over your life in invisible ink, visible only to angels and those with intent to harm. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Psalm 91:11. And they are doing exactly that. And now the spiritual world is responding. A warmth will come to your right shoulder, sudden and unexpected, like someone laid a hand there firm, reassuring, not of this world. Do not fear it. It is the touch of protection, the signal that watchers have taken their place. You may feel a strange pressure in your chest or a ringing in your ear just before something shifts. Do not ignore it. These are not signals of danger. They are confirmations of presence, divine presence. Their plan is starting to falter. Tonight, in some dim room, they will argue. One will say, "It's too dangerous." The other will insist, "It has to be done now." They will not agree. And in that disagreement, a delay will be born. That delay, engineered in heaven, will save you. They don't walk in faith, but they feel. And what they feel now is not coincidence. It is the rising wall of spiritual defense stretching around your doorstep, humming with the frequency of warning. Someone has been watching you from a distance, asking questions that don't belong to them. They're gathering pieces of your routine, feeding it back to him, the one hiding behind smiles and memory. But now that watcher has grown uncomfortable, because the closer they get, the more restless they become. There is a barrier now, a veil they cannot pass without consequences. That veil was woven with the prayers of your ancestors, the cries of your heart, and the promise that no plan formed against you shall succeed. Isaiah 54:17. Even as you read this, somewhere in a conversation you were never meant to hear, your name will fall from someone's lips. Their voice will falter. They will stutter. They will try to explain, but their spirit will betray them. This is the moment you must listen, not to their words, but to your inner knowing. Let your spiritual senses lead you. For the enemy always speaks before the fall. This plan didn't begin last night. It didn't begin this week. It began the moment light touched your soul, the moment you broke generational patterns, the moment you chose peace over performance, the moment heaven marked you as a vessel for something greater. And ever since, those who walk in shadows have tried to extinguish what they never gave you in the first place. But here is the truth. You are not theirs to break. You were never unprotected. You were never unguarded. You were seen, covered, chosen. And now that your eyes are open, their season of silence has ended. Their plans will not stand. Their weapons will not fire. Because the fire surrounding you burns with the breath of God. Now pause, chosen one, not out of fear, but out of reverence. Because this message is not simply a warning, it is a divine strategy. The Most High does not reveal the presence of darkness without also revealing the path to light. For he is not a God of confusion, but of order and wisdom. 1 Corinthians 14:33. This is not just about what is happening around you, this is about what heaven is inviting you to become: vigilant, wise, anchored, and awake. Revelation is a sacred gift, but it demands response. And while angels have taken their posts, while spiritual fire surrounds your threshold, there are things you must now do in the natural to come into full alignment with what heaven is already orchestrating in the unseen. Begin with your home, not just the walls and floors, but the atmosphere within. Walk through every room with intention, not routine. Notice where the energy feels heavy, where your chest tightens for no clear reason. These are not random sensations, they are spiritual cues. Open the windows, let the breath of creation in. Speak aloud words of peace. Remove items that no longer carry love or clarity. That necklace from someone who betrayed you, that gift that makes your spirit recoil, let them go. Clean not only with water and cloth, but with truth and authority. For even the walls remember. In 2 Kings 4, when the prophet Elisha visited the Shunammite woman's home, she made space, a physical room, for the holy. She prepared a bed, a lamp, a table. She arranged her environment to host divine presence. You must do the same. Make room for light to dwell. Then, examine your patterns, not with fear but with wisdom. Lock your doors deliberately. Change the time you usually step out. Reconsider who knows your routines. Predictability in the wrong hands becomes vulnerability. The enemy doesn't always use force. Sometimes he just waits until the doors are left unlocked by habit. So shift the pattern. Break the rhythm of exposure. Next, guard your conversations. Words are seeds. And your life, your peace, your progress is fertile ground. Who have you allowed to plant doubt, to dig for details they don't need? Do not cast your pearls before swine, said the Lord, Matthew 7-6. That was not judgment, that was protection. You don't owe everyone your truth. Reserve sacred parts of your story for those who carry wisdom, not curiosity. You must also learn to listen not just to people, but to your body. That tightness in your chest, that pause before answering, that sudden heaviness in a room you once loved. These are not random. The Holy Spirit often speaks through subtle nudges. through instincts that come without explanation. When Elijah hid in the cave, God did not come in the fire or the earthquake, but in the still small voice. 1 Kings 19:12. So honor the whisper, journal it, pray through it. Track what your spirit is saying, and then look at your circle. Not all who smile are safe, but God always plants at least one person in your path who carries his fruit: peace, patience, gentleness, truth. Draw near to them. Speak to them. Let connection become your shield. Isolation is where fear distorts, but community is where clarity returns. You are not called to walk this path alone. Turn next to your digital life. Your phone, your inbox, your online spaces, they too hold energy. Clear out old conversations that still carry confusion. Delete photos and messages that tie you to people who meant harm. Change passwords, secure your devices, and reclaim your boundaries. For the enemy today often speaks through screens. But your authority is not limited to physical space. You have the power to reclaim every realm you touch, including the digital. And finally, speak life. Out loud. Not silently in your thoughts, but with the full weight of your voice. Say, my home is covered, my mind is sound, my peace is protected, my steps are ordered by the Lord. Psalm 37:23. Words are not just air, they are structure. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, says Proverbs 18:21. What you declare becomes what you build. When your voice agrees with heaven's voice, even unseen forces must obey. None of this is rooted in fear, it is rooted in holy responsibility. These are not rituals to keep darkness out, they are habits that remind you who you are, a steward of sacred space, a keeper of peace, and a bearer of divine presence. As you walk through these steps, clearing, realigning, protecting, you are not just responding to a threat. You are stepping into spiritual maturity. You are reclaiming the authority that was always yours. The enemy thrives in confusion, but you now walk in clarity. He seeks cracks, but you are sealing every one. And as you rise into this posture of awareness and strength, the covering over your life multiplies, the fire intensifies, the watchers take their positions, and the one who plotted your downfall will find no entry, no weakness, no window left ajar. Because the door is now guarded, the house is now clean, and you are no longer unaware. From the moment you began walking in peace, genuine, unshakable peace, something in the atmosphere shifted. Heaven saw it, and so did those who have not yet made peace with their own shadows. Someone once close, once grateful, once tearful in your presence, saw your healing as a threat. They didn't hate you outright, they envied your calm, your clarity, your light. And over time, that envy hardened into quiet obsession. She still keeps the gift you gave her, that token of your kindness, but it's not on display. It's tucked away in a drawer or a box beneath her bed. Because when she sees it, she remembers what she can't counterfeit, your light. She remembers the day you gave it freely, while she was already calculating what she could take. You may have noticed something odd online recently, a cryptic post, a caption that carried weight but lacked context. You weren't imagining things. It wasn't for the world. It was a message directed at you. Spiritual warfare doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers through symbols, tone, and timing. But now your spirit is no longer fogged. Your mirror has been cleared. Your discernment has been sharpened. That dream you had, the one with the silhouette in the hallway, it wasn't a stranger. It was someone you once embraced. They've passed by your house recently, maybe twice. Not just in curiosity, but in calculation. They paused long enough to see if your lights were on. They took note of the package left outside, not to steal it but to test, to see how alert you were. How long before you noticed? How far they could go? They believed they could betray you, then pretend to care, to show up after the act concerned, confused, helpful. But heaven has caught them in the planning, not just the act. As it is written, the Lord detests the thoughts of the wicked, but gracious words are pure in his sight. Proverbs 15:26. Before a single word was spoken, heaven recorded their thoughts. Their scheme has been intercepted. There is a voice coming to you in a dream. It will call you by name and speak a word that at first may feel strange. Write it down. It's not nonsense. It's a seed one that will grow into understanding. Lately, you've felt foggy, forgetful, scattered. That's not aging or stress. That's spiritual interference. They've tried to dull your senses, to make you second-guess what your soul already knows. But your clarity is returning, fast. Your mental vision is sharpening like the first light after a long storm. That flicker near your back window wasn't nothing. That shadow wasn't a bird, it had intention. You felt it, your skin responded, your breath caught, and still your mind brushed it off. But no more. Now you see. The divine protection over your life has evolved. It's not just a shield, it's an active force. Those who approach your space with ill intent will feel symptoms: heat, confusion, headaches, disorientation. The threshold of your home is now guarded by divine presence. The same fire that protected Elisha when his servant saw only enemies now surrounds your dwelling. 2 Kings 6:17. There is a camera somewhere nearby. They don't know it's there, but it's positioned perfectly. It will capture something undeniable. Even if you don't own it, someone close does. And what it records will turn speculation into truth. You are not reading this by coincidence. The exact moment your eyes found this message was orchestrated. You were meant to receive this before their final move. Heaven doesn't just react, heaven prepares. They've rehearsed their excuses. A joke, a shrug, a harmless explanation. But their humor is a mask. And the moment will come when they try to downplay everything. Don't entertain it. Don't smile. This isn't theater, it's warfare. Stay grounded. There is another, an observer, someone quiet but perceptive. They've noticed something, though they haven't said it aloud. But watch them. Their energy toward you will shift. Their behavior will change. They've seen something they weren't meant to see, and their silence is now filled with meaning. One family member, perhaps unknowingly, has been looped into this web, not as a co-conspirator, but by association. Their name has been mentioned, used as a reference point to trace your schedule, your absence, your movements. Be mindful, because soon one name will rise, and with it, signs, clumsiness, forgetfulness, scattered behavior. Not because they're guilty, but because the spiritual pressure has begun to weigh. Someone will apologize for something you didn't even notice, and that apology will feel hollow because it's the guilt of the soul trying to confess without permission from the mind. There is no police report yet, no physical file, but the spiritual courts are in session. Heaven has begun documenting every step they take toward you. While your name is being cleared, theirs is being etched into records that cannot be erased by lies or charm. Do you remember the key? The one you gave someone during a time of trust, a home repair, a temporary favor, a shared space? That key has either been copied or worse, memorized. Their goal is not force, it's access without resistance. to slip in and slip out. But what they don't know is that your locks now obey a higher command. Even if the key fits, the door will resist. Their hands will shake. The moment of invasion will become a moment of divine confusion. Illness, delay, distraction, mechanical failure. Heaven will set a trap for the trap setters. And while they may avoid cameras, they've forgotten mirrors. There will be a reflection somewhere that reveals them. A car window, a hallway mirror, a glass pane. Their face will be seen by the one who needs to see it. What was hidden will be exposed. Lately, their voice has changed. Their warmth has cooled. Their support has evaporated. And even your animals, those intuitive guardians, have responded. A growl, a hiss, a shift. All creation senses imbalance. Even your electronics have misfired. Texts doubled, calls glitched, voicemails half sent. These aren't technical issues. They are disruptions, interference caused by proximity to spiritual sabotage. You've had a near miss, a fall, a break, a stumble. What seemed minor was a divine slowdown, a pause inserted into your timeline to prevent a direct collision with danger. The same God who delayed Paul's journey to Macedonia by way of closed doors, Acts 16-6-7, is now delaying yours for your protection. Someone will soon speak words that sound like flattery but feel strange. You're always safe. Or, nothing bad ever happens to you. That's not admiration. That's projection. They're watching the plan fall apart. They're witnessing protection they can't explain. And soon, there will be a final moment, a last conversation. Either they will pull back completely or vanish without explanation. Whichever it is, you'll feel it like a storm cloud, finally lifting, like pressure releasing from your chest. The silence won't feel empty. It will feel sacred. And when it happens, you might doubt. That's normal. But your doubt cannot undo what God has already assigned. Faith is already moving on your behalf. Even as your mind tries to make sense of the pattern, she, the woman involved, will slip. A glance, a comment, an overheard conversation. She'll mention something she was never told. She'll refer to an object you never showed her. And in that moment, confirmation will come. Not loud, not explosive, but undeniable. The truth is unfolding. The trap is collapsing, and you are already protected. There is something sacred happening beneath the surface, a rearrangement, a spiritual rebalancing. You felt it not just in your dreams, but in your body, your space, and the subtle disruptions in your day-to-day life. And now, another thread begins to unravel, one that leads back to a younger voice. This person is not malicious, they're unaware, but they've been pulled into a story they don't fully understand. Perhaps they've asked questions that seemed random at the time about your schedule, your comings and goings, or who visits you most. Maybe you noticed them noticing too much. And soon, without meaning harm, they will speak. A phrase will slip. Something as simple as, "They said you wouldn't be home," or "I heard you were busy that day." That small comment will be your key, your confirmation. That's when the pieces start clicking into place. You've been waking up at strange hours, 2:14 a.m., 3:33 a.m., and calling it insomnia. But it isn't. These are spiritual hours, heaven's time zones. Your guardians have been nudging you awake, not to disturb your sleep, but to awaken your senses during the precise window when the plan against you is most active. It's a divine alert system. And whether you got up to pray or simply laid still in the dark, your spirit was already at work. One of your past prayers, spoken through tears, whispered in pain, has now matured into protection. The seed of intercession planted long ago is bearing fruit. The door of danger may have been opened in the physical, but the key of prayer locked it in the spiritual before it ever swung wide. The one behind this scheme carries deep wounds. Life didn't give them what it gave you, not in peace, not in clarity, not in spiritual depth. But instead of healing, they chose bitterness. And bitterness, left unchecked, becomes boldness. They don't envy your belongings, they envy your stillness. They want the peace you carry when you enter a room. They want the atmosphere you've cultivated. But what they don't understand is that the atmosphere is not for sale. It cannot be stolen. It is spirit-built, protected by the presence of God. Something in your home has been acting strange lately. A flickering light, an electronic that won't behave, a picture frame that shifts for no reason. That's not a technical glitch. It's a collision between two realms, physical and spiritual. Your protectors are present. The veil is thin. Their movement brushes against your reality. And soon, a memory will resurface. Something small from a few weeks ago. A moment that made you feel uncomfortable. A glance, a gesture, a word you dismissed. That was when the plan began. Revisit it. Replay it. This time, you'll see what you missed. There are not many involved, just a few. Two active, one observing, one unaware. But of all of them, the observer is the most dangerous. Silent, calculating, detached. They've said the least, but their mind has moved the most. And yet even they have begun to feel a tremor in their spirit. The fear is growing. Because they are starting to realize what they are up against is not human. Your strength is no longer just yours, it's multiplied. Angelic forces now surround your name, stationed like sentinels at every vulnerable point. A fortress of light has been built without bricks, and it's impenetrable. No shadow, no scheme, no spell can enter it. There's a scent that has returned to you lately. Faint but familiar, maybe cinnamon, maybe smoke, maybe perfume. You catch it for a second, then it disappears. It is not from this present moment. It's tied to the person plotting. It is the trace of spiritual residue. When you smell it again, pause. Your spirit will recognize the energy before your mind connects the dots. Soon, you will feel the urge to clean a particular space. A drawer, a shelf, a closet, an attic. Follow that urge. You'll find something you forgot existed or didn't even realize was missing. That discovery is not random. It marks the beginning of the final cleansing. What was hidden is now being brought into the light. Originally, the plan was simple. In and out. No disruption, no consequences. But heaven intervened. Now, the timeline is breaking apart. Their confidence has eroded. They'll try to keep the act going, texting, checking in, pretending, but their words will feel off. Their eyes will be dull. Their energy will be heavy. The mask is slipping. Their soul can't hold the performance much longer. Don't confront them, not yet. Your silence is a louder rebuke than any words. Let the divine speak for you. Let heaven defend you in ways that don't need to be explained. Someone will call you chosen, maybe jokingly, maybe casually, but pay attention. That's not a nickname. That's divine language leaking through an unguarded mouth. It's heaven speaking through the ordinary, reminding you of your identity.